Hey everybody, this is Tracy here with another edition of A View from Tracy's Point, and we are here with some sad news. It is being reported that NBA all-time great Bill Russell has passed away at the age of 88. Let's get into a little bit about his life and legacy. Although I haven't been able to find any mainstream media sources reporting on this, numerous sports analysts are giving their condolences across social media. And just to talk a little bit about Bill Russell's legacy, Bill Russell was the cornerstone of the Boston Celtics dynasty of the 1960s, an uncanny shot blocker who revolutionized NBA defensive concepts, a 5-time NBA Most Valuable Player and a 12-time All-Star. The angular center amassed 21,620 career rebounds, an average of 22.5 per game, and led the league in rebounding 4 times. He had 51 boards in one game, 49 in 2 others, and a dozen consecutive seasons of 1,000 or more rebounds. His many individual accolades were well deserved, but they were only products of Russell's philosophy of team play. His greatest accomplishment was bringing the storied Celtics 11 championships in his 13 seasons. Until the ascent of Michael Jordan in the 1980s, Russell was acclaimed by many as the greatest player in the history of the NBA. William Felton Russell was born on February 12, 1934 in Monroe, Louisiana. His family moved cross-country to the San Francisco Bay Area, where Bill attended McClymonds High School in Oakland. He was an awkward, unremarkable center on McClymonds' basketball team, but his size earned him a scholarship to play at the University of San Francisco, where he blossomed. Russell grew to be a shade over 6'9", and he teamed with guard K.C. Jones to lead the Dons to 56 consecutive victories and NCAA championships in 1955 and 1956. Although Jones missed 4 games of the 1956 tournament because his eligibility had expired, Russell was named the NCAA Tournament Most Outstanding Player in 1995. Russell averaged 20.7 points and 20.3 rebounds in his 3-year varsity career. By his senior citizen, oh my Jesus, I'm sorry guys. By his senior season, he had matured into a dominant force who could control a game at the defensive end. With the 1956 NBA draft approaching, Boston Celtics coach and general manager Red Auerbach was eager to add Russell to his lineup. Auerbach had built a high-scoring offensive machine around guards Bob Cousy and Bill Sharman, and undersized center Ed McCauley. But he hadn't been able to muster the defense and rebounding needed to transform the Celtics into a championship-caliber club. Russell, Auerbach felt, was the missing piece to the puzzle. However, because of their second-place finish the year before, the Celtics would be picking too late in the draft to get Russell, and because Auerbach wanted to use a territorial selection to nab Holy Cross star Tom Hysham, Boston would forfeit his first-round pick together. So Auerbach began to think trade, and he set his sights on the St. Louis Hawks, who owned the second-round pick in the draft. And this is an article from the NBA.com website, and it goes on to talk about, how he was acquired by Boston. and that Russell didn't join the Celtics until December because he was a member of the 1956 U.S. Olympic basketball team, which won a gold medal at the Melbourne Games in November. The Celtics had bolted to a 13-3 start, and when Russell arrived, he adapted quickly. Playing in 48 games, he pulled down 19.6 rebounds per game, the best average in the league, while scoring 14.7 points per game. And let's see, and then they talk a little bit more, and they go on to say, in part of a season, Russell had added a new element to the Celtics and to professional basketball. Energized by their championship, the Celtics won 14 straight games to start the 1957-58 season, and they kept rolling. In his first full season in the NBA, Russell took command and led the league with 22.7 rebounds per game. Early in the season against the Philadelphia Warriors, he set an NBA record for rebounds in a half by grabbing 32 and wound up with 49 for the contest. It's amazing how all these teams have changed their names over the years. Let's see, there's a little bit more. He was voted NBA Most Valuable Player for 1957-58 season. Oddly enough, he was only named to the All-Star NBA second team. In fact, during the 5 years that Russell was voted league MVP, only twice did he make the All-NBA first team. The argument was that while other centers were better than Russell, that is, they had more conventional skills, no player meant more to his team. Russell repeated as the NBA rebounding leader in 1958-59, grabbing 23 per game, the first of 7 consecutive campaigns in which he averaged at least 23 boards. Russell was also known for extending his effort at critical moments, both within a game and within a season. So he was definitely a dynamic player. And then further on down in the article, it states, while Russell was changing the way the NBA viewed defense, the league still appeared to be in an era of runaway offense, with Chamberlain leading the way. Even the defense-oriented Celtics averaged 124.5 points. Russell's impact on the game can't really be tracked through NBA statistics. Block shots were not an official statistic until 1973-74, and the league only recorded total rebounds without distinguishing between offensive and defensive boards until the same season. Russell was revolutionizing the game in ways that were clearly understood, even if they weren't measured. His ability to leave his man and slide over to cover an opponent driving to the hoop was startling. He was unmatched at swooping across the lane like a big bird to block and alter shots. The rest of the Celtics defenders began to funnel their men toward Russell and become more daring with their perimeter defense, knowing that he was looming behind. And let's see, the 1968-69 season was even more gratifying. The aging Celtics barely made it into the playoffs with a 48-34 record then, caught fire in the postseason. In Russell's third year as player coach, Boston repeated as NBA champions by defeating the Lakers, who had acquired Chamberlain, in a 7-game battle for the title. The great Celtics, and when they're talking about Chamberlain, they're talking about the great Wilt Chamberlain. And so the great Celtics leader promptly retired, having guided the team to 11 championships in 13 years. Russell had amassed 21,620 career rebounds, second in NBA history only to Wilt Chamberlain's 23,924. In 1973, Russell surfaced as head coach and general manager of the Seattle Supersonics. He took a team that had won only 26 games the year before and put it on a winning track, notching 36 victories the next season and then compiling a 43-39 record to earn a playoff berth in the 1974-75 season. but Russell became frustrated at the players' reluctance to embrace his team concept. Some suggested that the problem was Russell himself. He was said to be aloof, moody, and unable to accept anything but the Celtics tradition. In any event, his enthusiasm for the task waned after his fourth season in 1976-77 season, and he departed. And so this was a really good article. Let's see, in 2009, during the NBA All-Star Weekend in Phoenix, NBA Commissioner David Stern announced that the NBA Finals MVP award would be named after Bill Russell. In 2010, Russell was honored with the Presidential Medal of Freedom. Then in 2017, Russell was announced as the inaugural recipient of the NBA Lifetime Achievement Award. In 2020, Russell was among 3 winners of the Manny Jackson Basketball's Human Spirit Award for his decades-long commitment to social justice. Although the arrival of Michael Jordan later in the decade may have reopened the debate over who was truly the game's best player, what remains irrefutable is that Russell radically changed people's thinking about how basketball games are won. And so once again, this is an article that I am reading from NBA.com on the life and legacy of Bill Russell, who we are learning has passed away. And some of the condolences on Twitter include, well, actually, while I was looking for some of the notable condolences, the Bill Russell Foundation has released a statement, and it states, "It is with a very heavy heart we would like to pass along to all of Bill's friends, fans, and followers. Bill Russell, the most prolific winner in American sports history, passed away peacefully today at age 88 with his wife, Janine, by his side. Arrangements for his memorial service will be announced soon. Bill's 2 state championships in high school offered a glimmer of the incomparable run of pure team accomplishment to come. Twice an NCAA champion, captain of a gold medaling U.S. Olympic team, 11 times an NBA champion, and at the helm for 2 NBA championships as the first black head coach of any North American professional sports team. Along the way, Bill earned a string of individual awards that stands unprecedented as it went unmentioned by him. In 2009, the award for the NBA Finals Most Valuable Player was renamed after 2-time Hall of Famer as the Bill Russell NBA Finals Most Valuable Player Award. But for all the winning, Bill's understanding of the struggle is what illuminated his life. From boycotting a 1961 exhibition game to unmask too long tolerated discrimination, to leading Mississippi's first integrated basketball camp in the combustible wake of Medgar Evers' assassination, to decades of activism ultimately recognized by his receipt of the Presidential Medal of Freedom in 2010. Bill called out injustice with the unforgiving candor that he intended would disrupt the status quo, and with a powerful example that, though never his humble intention, will forever inspire teamwork, selflessness, and thoughtful change. Bill's wife, Janine, and his many friends and family, thank you for keeping Bill in your prayers. Perhaps you will relive 1 or 2 of the golden moments he gave us, or recall his trademark laugh as he delighted in explaining the real story behind how those moments unfolded. And we hope each of us can find a new way to act or speak up with Bill's uncompromising, dignified, and always constructive commitment to principle. That would be one last and lasting win for our beloved number 6. And I think that will be a good way to end this. Rest in peace to NBA legend, all-time great Bill Russell, who has passed away at the age of 88. Take care, guys. Leave your comments below. and I shall talk to you later. Bye-bye.